All right, we are shifting focus now because live visuals are coming there on your screens of Pranab Mukherjee's last rites. Take a look at how different in times of pandemic, even the last rites have become. The gun carriage was replaced by a hearse van, and now, of course, as he's being laid to rest and as the cremation takes place, each one holding on to the mortal remains are in the PPE suits. Remember, the cremation is not open for visitors and public given the pandemic restrictions, and the ones who are present there are also ensuring that they are completely protected in these blue-covered PPE kits as well. So that's how even the situation has changed here. Nevertheless, the nation mourns the loss of the 13th president, former President Pranab Mukherjee, Bharat Ratna. Pranab Mukherjee, and therefore the state funeral is going to take place in just a short while. All the protocol will be followed, even though there are differences that have been placed due to the restrictions here. So the tricolour there that was put on the coffin and the mortal remains. And remember, this tragic news was broken by Mukherjee's son. Abhijit Mukherjee is also a former MP, and he had said that while the doctors of RR Hospital and prayers and duas from people throughout India, my father, Shri Pranab Mukherjee, has just passed away. Let's go across now to Mosmi Singh. Mosmi has been tracking the latest on this. Mosmi, of course, a tragic time, as many are calling it, the end of an era. But what I see here on the screens right now, the fact that even the soldiers, even the ones who have to carry the carriage and the mortal remains covered in PPE kits, speaks of the times also that we are living in. And just stay on with me, Mosmi. I just want to listen in perhaps if there is an audio in these visuals that we are getting. This is from Lodhi crematorium in the national capital, Delhi. Let's listen in to this. All right, we will just try and listen to some audio as well. Remember, these are the soldiers who are wearing the PPE kits as well, and it's a protocol, of course, that they will be the ones carrying the mortal remains but covered in kits. Mosmi, while we look at these visuals of final rites of Pranab Da, what a career it has been. Not just a Congress neta, not just a senior Congress veteran, but clearly regarded well across ideologies. And today, the final day here. And tell us more about the career that you have also tracked of his.
Right, Pooja. You know, Pranab Da, as he was fondly called by people, was a people's person. He was a citizen's person and people's leader. One would remember him with his psychedelic, encyclopedic memory, you know, and the decades of his career that spanned major events, big events that happened and unfolded in the country. He played a part in his own way. Almost 5 decades, spanning 5 decades. He had been a man of files, you know, because once a senior leader was asked that who was the best minister in his cabinet, and he had said Pranab Mukherjee because he reads his files. That's the kind of meticulous perfection that Pranab Da was known for. And remember that he also recognized journalists. So many a times when we would go for a debriefing by him, he would give an acknowledgement that we were not strangers. He would recognize journalists, and he really thought that there was, he would educate us in terms of the tricks of the trade and politics of the day in his own style. You know, sometimes rebuking us, sometimes informing us, and he was always very light-hearted when it came to the end of the classroom session that we had. But remember that he was the one who actually got this entire presidency of the country to the people. And that's why he was called the citizens' president, because he opened the gates of the Rashtrapati Bhavan, pardon me,
Yes.
and to the common masses. And he will always be remembered very fondly because he was just a common man, extraordinary deeds, who went on to the echelons of power but never forgot his grassroots, Pooja.
All right, stay on with me, Moshme. I just want to go to the full screen again of the last rites. This is from the crematorium. On the one side, you can see today morning, President Ramnath Kovind, also Vice President Venkaiah Naidu, Prime Minister, and all other senior dignitaries paying their last respect. And now this is the Lodhi crematorium. So remember, the news was broken by his son Abhijit Mukherjee, and that the last rites would be performed by him, but also the soldiers carrying the mortal remains, all wearing PPE kits. This is clearly a protocol because the statement had already come from the Ministry of Defence, a note that had mentioned that owing to the COVID-19 related protocols, the mortal remains of the late president will proceed one in hearse van instead of the normal gun carriage, and that all COVID-19 preventive measures will be followed. So, of course, speaks of the times also that we are living in, even the last rites appearing so different than usual as well. And remember, he was a Congress leader, he was a Congress veteran, but he had also got into a controversy when he attended an RSS event, and therefore even RSS today is reacting with respect and regard to Pranab Mukherjee. Listen into this reaction coming in from RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.